Hi all, Losdy, Punch Out TV. How are you all out there? Hope you're all well. A quick video talking about some of these boxing pundits. But they're just absolute clowns, man. Putting pressure on fighters. I've been speaking about this for the last couple of weeks now on my live streams. Bigging them up when they haven't fought anybody. And it's not to criticise the fighters, Moses and Tuma or Fabio Wardley. I just want to talk about for me the bigging them up when they're not proven. I've done a few rounds, listened to a few channels, and I want to piggyback off Outlaw Pugilist, my good brother, is a video what he made, I think it was today or yesterday, about Fabio Wardley. So just starting with Fabio Wardley, I agree with what Outlaw was saying. Apparently Ben Davison's calling for the fight, but his trainer, between Ajit Kabayel or Joseph Parker. For me, no, not at all. He's light years away. For me, this is just my opinion, that's all. For me, he's light years away from the likes of Joseph Parker. The man's got no defence. He got absolutely beat up in that fight at the weekend. Fair play, he caught him with a lucky punch in my eyes. Controversy over the knockdown, over the referee counting. But for me, I said it and I've said it many times. The last couple of live streams, I keep saying it. Fabio Wardley, for me, is Joe Joyce 2.0. He can punch. I don't think he's got a better chin than Joe Joyce, but he's a disaster waiting to happen because he's got no defence. He keeps that left hand down too low. He was getting bust up in that fight. I didn't give Fabio Wardley one round in that fight. Carl Frampton gave him the first two, which I thought was quite crazy. I was going to make a video after the fight, but I couldn't be bothered. So I don't know what Carl Frampton's he's just talked shit just lately, the clown Frampton. This is the guy who said that Tyson Fury would beat Usyk twice, and he got proven wrong. But it's his opinion, you know. I'm not trying to criticise him or anything. I'm just saying I don't know what fight you were watching to give Fabio Wardley the first two rounds, because I didn't give Fabio Wardley one round, and that's God's honest truth. Maybe you could say he might have nicked round two towards the end, but in that fight, Justice Uni was piecing him up. It was like target practice. If he'd had a little bit more power, he would have knocked him out. And I think he possibly could have stopped him if the fight would have carried on into the 10th, 11th, 12th, somewhere between there. Because I seen Fabio Wardley looking sorry for himself a lot of times in that fight and looking hurt as well. But Carl Frampton today saying on TalkSport, talking about Moses and Tuma. Now, you've got on the picture there, I'll start with the Gad in the middle. He's just a rimmer. The Gad just loves everybody. He just wants to be everyone's friend. So he just goes along with whatever anyone says. So I can really just flick the Gad out of the picture because he's just a worm. But then you've got Jim White. Jim White doesn't know fuck all about boxing. He's just a shit stirrer. He just loves revving up and winding up people, which is good because he gets the show going, but he really doesn't know anything about boxing. Then you've got Simone Jordan on the end, the so-called boxing expert. This is the guy who's from out of nowhere said Tyson Fury was the best fighter of our generation. No, he isn't. Not in my eyes, he's not. He always goes against Usyk, keeps getting proven wrong. This is the third time now he's going against for Daniel Dubois to beat Alexander Usyk. That's up to him. That's your choice. But I guarantee you, he won't. Well, I think he won't beat Alexander Usyk. I said he wouldn't beat Tyson Fury both times, and I was proven right. But Simone Jordan, just over these last couple of months, this guy's really revving and rimming Moses and Tuma, saying he's the next Mike Tyson and he could beat Tyson's record and all this. And then when you listen to Clown Frampton on there today saying that Moses and Tuma is a better mover than what Mike Tyson was in his early days and more faster. He thinks he's got more speed and faster hands, possibly the fastest hands since before Mike Tyson in heavyweight boxing. For me, I think that's just absolutely ludicrous. I don't know where they keep coming up with this. He's better than Mike Tyson, or this kid has fought nobody. He's fought nobody. His best win is Marius Wack. Like I said before, a shot to pieces Marius Wack. The kid's learning on the job. He doesn't need clowns like these blowing smoke up his arse and putting pressure on his shoulders by saying he's the next Mike Tyson. He's going to beat Mike Tyson's record. He's faster than Mike Tyson. He moves better than Mike Tyson when Mike Tyson was coming through at the age of 20. So, Carl Frampton, I don't know who's paid him, but this guy's he's just a rimmer. But he does talk shit in my eyes. Then you've got Bacon Ears on the end, the Pob. Now this guy is another outlandish character. He keeps coming up with this Mike Tyson scenario. Where it's come from, Moses and Tuma, whatever his bloody name is, for me, boxes nothing like Mike Tyson. Nothing whatsoever. He doesn't move like Mike Tyson. He doesn't think like Mike Tyson. For me, he does his footwork. He's ducking and diving. He doesn't do any of that. Not for me, he doesn't. But he also saying, oh, he's the next Lennox Lewis. He's the next coming of the Lennox Lewis. No, he's not. No, he's not. This kid has fought tin cans. So for you to be putting pressure on this young man's shoulders and blowing him up to be something what he's not proven, why are you getting ahead of yourself and saying that these fighters are something what they're not when they've not been proven? I'm not saying that they're not going to be. I'm just saying that these clowns, these so-called boxing experts from TalkSport, they just seem to pick a fighter and then all of a sudden say, yeah, he's best thing since sliced bread, when he hasn't beaten anybody. Now, I'm not saying that Moses and Tuma might not be the next. He might be the next Lennox Lewis. I don't know. But for me, like I say, this is just my personal view. I don't like it when I see people like this blowing smoke up fighters' arses when they've not proven anything. For me, Fabio Wardley, and I'll say it again, he's a good fighter. I like the kid. He's not Deontay Wilder. He's not Deontay Wilder. They're comparing him to Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder knocked out 20-odd people more than them. But I don't know. For me, Fabio Wardley is a disaster waiting to happen. And I've always said because he's got no guard. And that's what I'm going to say. I know he's got no boxing background and all that. Coming from the white collar, no amateur skills. You could quite clearly see that on Saturday night. Now, for me, I don't think he would have taken another round or two of that. He was getting whooped. I didn't give him one round, but he caught him with a lucky punch, and good on the lad. He won, and I like him. See where he goes on. For me, he wouldn't have beaten Miller. As I always said, I had Miller to stop him. I think Miller would have chopped him down. Miller can take a punch. People saying, oh, Miller got knocked out off Dubois. No, he didn't. He got stopped in the last 10 seconds. He didn't go down on his arse. For me, Miller would have stopped him in the later rounds. He would have chopped him down and stopped him. And for me, Moses Ntoma is no Mike Tyson. He's nothing like Mike Tyson. He's nothing like Lennox Lewis. But I guess we'll wait and see. But for me, these are just boxing clowns who big up fighters and put pressure on the shoulders. And probably them fighters start to believe that they're the next Mike Tyson or Lennox Lewis. Am I being harsh? I don't know. But that's just my personal view of how I assess it. And I think these 5 are absolute weapons. Peace out, and I'll catch you on the next one.